And just like that, we're home. Welcome to Vlogmas day 13 somehow. Speaking of, and just like that, did you watch the Peloton commercial? That was like the clap back at the first episode. I just did a little like reading on it, and Ryan Reynolds, his team and the Peloton team did it in less than 48 hours because it was obviously not a product placement. They obviously did not know what was gonna happen. Just another reason why I just love Peloton. We're home. It's not even 10 a.m. We were both up early this morning and I did a bunch of work, and then we were like, well, I guess we'll just go home. Turns out we like our house. The hotel was fine, but our room was like either freezing or hot. Like we couldn't, there was no medium ground. So by this morning we were like, let's just go home where the furnace works. Is this aging? Is that what that is? That's what's happened here. Thomas had a really nice weekend. He's at school today. Tis the season that I'm burning right now, in case anyone was wondering. Yeah, he had a great weekend, so that's always encouraging. Anything to really catch you up on? Not really. Last night, oh, I did that face mask, that sheet mask that I showed in my haul yesterday. It was awesome. It scared this one. He's like, I don't usually see behind the scenes when you do your skincare. My skin feels so nice today. It was awesome. Tried the brow gel today. They feel good. They're still in place. And I think that's all I've tried so far. And yeah, we just left town. We didn't stay to like shop or do anything. Nice to just be home. I'm gonna get a workout in. Thomas has his first immunization today, which I'm super pumped on. Not like his first immunization of his life. He's all caught up. Got a flu shot and everything, but his first one, because his age group has finally come up. Very excited about that. Happy to be home for that. Is there anything to update them on? We didn't really do much last night. We just watched the morning show, actually. Nothing even Christmassy. We had watched the first season when it first came out last year, but totally forgot everything. So we ended up rewatching season 1, and we just started season 2. God, it's such a good show. And that's pretty much it. We were asleep again by like 9:20.
9:22.
9:22. Yeah, so today's day 13. We'll do a giveaway at some point. Nice to see you. Checked in. Managed to get in a workout, which felt really good. I did 40 minutes of spin and continuing on with my 3 for 31. So day 13, check. Speaking of the calendar, today's presence over presence mantra is joy is available to me always. And I really like that one. We can't control our day. A lot of the time we can't control what's gonna happen, but we can try to find little pockets of joy, even in the tough times. So I'm gonna do some journaling and like some goal setting and stuff, I think. But I wanted to answer some questions I've been getting about how I stay so like on top of stuff, how I schedule things, what calendars I use. I got a really good question from a marathoner that said like, I'm great at making the lists, but I'm like the actual follow through is tough. So I'm gonna show you what I use. Starting with my phone, I have 2 calendars. So I have one that is just, the app is called Jort, J-O-R-T-E. I've used this forever, and that is where I put a lot of like appointments, so that if I'm out and about and I need to like tell someone whether I'm available or I'm gonna need to like book an appointment or that sort of thing, it's like always with me on my phone. So that's basically a lot of like work stuff, Thomas stuff, my stuff. And then the unicorn, my partner and I share an app called Time Tree. And in that he puts his schedule because he works shift work. So I can see like when he's working and what times he's working in case I'm trying to make plans for us. And then in there, I'll also put like when I had classes this semester, because all of my classes were in the evening. So he could see like what days I had class. And he knew like if he was off, that I needed him to be with Thomas. I've also put in stuff like Thomas's break, any dates that we have planned, or anything that like I need him to know about professionally or whatever. It's just nice, we can both check it, or like he can add to it during the day, and then I can know. So those on my phone. But I also like to keep an actual planner. So this is the one that I had this year. I'll just go to one. Like, I like it to look like this. As you saw in my haul yesterday, this is what's really helpful for me. And then what I use this for, mostly school, work, that sort of thing. So this is how I would have planned like my weekly to-dos. I have a notebook that has a to-do list, which is just running. And then what I'll do, usually on a Saturday for the next week, is I will plan out my days. So first I'll put in appointments, I'll put in classes, I'll put in anything that's already on the schedule, and then I'll see where I have pockets of time, and that's where I'll put specific to-dos. And I have found this to be super helpful and a bit of a game changer for me, because instead of just like always thinking, oh, I have so much on the go, I know that this task is for Monday, and if today is Tuesday and the task doesn't have to be done until Friday, I don't have to worry about it. It's really helped with my overwhelm, and it's really helped with getting stuff done. And then if I see it on that day, it's like, oh, I know I have to do this project. I know I have this Zoom, or I'm gonna read this chapter, watch this lecture, whatever it is. So putting stuff like, not just on the to-do, but actually in the calendar to do is very helpful. And for me, what works for me is like, if it's on there, I want to cross it off, and I like will do it. I don't like to leave stuff undone. And I think, I don't know what that comes from, but I can't imagine being like self-employed or being a student in a virtual learning situation that I'm in and not having that like self-motivation. It's like, if I don't do it, nobody else is gonna do it. And if I don't get it done, like I'm gonna lose clients, or I'm gonna not graduate, you know? So that's been super helpful for me. And I'll even put in like, today is like rest, you know? Or what works for me is I like to top heavy my weeks. I know people who like to not, like they like to have Mondays pretty bare, but I like to hit the ground running on a Monday, and I like to get lots done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday's a little bit lighter, and then Friday I allow myself some more rest time before I kick into the weekend with Thomas. So that's what helps for me. And then I also have the large calendar on the wall, which you've seen in my office, and that is for due dates for school, so that I can look at the month on a whole and look at like when projects are due. That's been great. And then I also had all my classes written in and who was watching Thomas on what day. So I could quickly look and be like, oh, it's the unicorn, I don't have to worry about making dinner. Or, oh, it's my mom, I better have dinner ready for her before she gets here, because that's sort of like the agreement that we made. Yeah, so that's what's been helpful for me, is like writing it out is good. And then also, not just having a to-do list, but actually assigning a date to do that task on the list. And I have some things that continually run over and over and over every time I change the to-do list. And that's fine. Like, there are just gonna be those things, but mostly I try to assign them a day. So I hope that that's helpful. And in keeping with that, let's do today's giveaway. I also have another calendar, which I have had for years, and I wanted to give you one of them. I keep this right beside the coffee. It's one of those rip away a day calendars, and it is the You Are a Badass calendar. So this one is for 2022, and every single day there's something that's like inspiring or a good reminder or something that kind of will like push you a little bit, and I love it. I can't even remember the first year I got these. It's probably been 5 years. It is not It does have some language in it, so just keep that in mind. And then to go along with it, I wanted to give away this book, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you've heard me talk about this. One of you recommended this book to me years ago, and it absolutely changed my life. I have read it countless times. I've listened to it countless times. I have probably given like 25, 30 copies of this book away. So that is today's giveaway. You Are a Badass, the book, and You Are a Badass, the calendar. It's gonna go to one lucky marathoner. So if you'd like to be entered to win that, why don't you comment down below and tell me how you like stay accountable, how you get stuff done, like what works for you. I would love to know. Another thing that goes along with like the time management and the accountability is I've turned off all notifications on my phone. The only notifications I get are calls and texts. And I like to be really mindful of that. Obviously, if Thomas isn't in the house, I need to know if someone needs to get a hold of me for him. And I physically put my phone like over here and my desk is over here so that I'm not checking it, or I will leave it in another room because this is such a time suck. Be mindful. Even mindful of like what notifications you're getting on your watch. Because it can be so distracting. That has been a big change for me, is like, I'm gonna read this chapter of this book and then I'm allowed to check my phone. That's the reward, if you will. Yeah, let me know what other tips and tricks you have. Do you ever have this thing where you only have a specific amount of time to nap, but then you don't because it just feels too short, but then you could have napped anyway? It's 1:40-ish, and actually, what is the time? All the clocks are different. It's 1:39, and I have to leave at 2:30 to pick up Thomas, so I could totally nap, but I don't know, it doesn't seem right. So I was laying on the couch thinking I was going to, but then I got freezing. So I'm currently boiling the kettle, catching up on some other people's Vlogmases, making my Bengal spice tea. I've shown it to you already for sure during Vlogmas. You know, I think this camera is dying, and not the battery, just the quality. Another day, same mug. I didn't do any goal planning like I was gonna, planning or goal setting like I said I was going to. I ended up replying to a bunch of work emails, doing some work instead. And just trying to rest. Missed the Christmas tree. So I think I'm just gonna listen to myself, my heart, what my soul needs, and just sit on the couch. This is not in focus. I think this camera, it's like 5 or 6 years old. She's done me well. I think she might just be tired. Anyway, long story short, we're sitting back down on the couch. The unicorn is napping, which is good. And yeah, I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna chill. So cold. So cold. Tired. Feels like Friday, but it's Monday. I'm excited to see Thomas. I missed him.